This time, I would like to talk about a phenomenon that particularly attracts attention during the Chinese Spring Festival period. In China, when we say New Year, we're referring to the Lunar New Year, and this year, the holiday period is from January 28 to February 4. During this New Year holiday in China, there's a custom where people return to their hometowns. Currently, Chinese people are returning from the cities where they work to their hometowns. Up to this point, it's not much different from Japan, where many people return home during the New Year holidays. However, there's an important event held during the Chinese New Year that doesn't exist in Japan. What is it, you ask? It's matchmaking. The Spring Festival period in China is also the matchmaking season. Therefore, matchmaking events are being held daily across China, but with this comes various phenomena. Let me introduce the background of this. In China, there was once a one-child policy, which secretly led to sex selection. Of course, this was prohibited, but with the policy of only being allowed one child, many people wanted boys, which skewed the male-to-female ratio. Then, attention turned to the declining birth rate, leading the Chinese Communist Party to end the one-child policy. However, even after ending it, the population continued to decline, and raising children in today's Chinese society is very challenging and costly, so even before considering having children, the number of people who can't get married has increased, leading to an unstoppable decline in birth rates. Even among those who decide to have children, many still prefer to have just one, usually a boy, further skewing the gender ratio with more males than females. As a result, even if conditions are favorable, like having financial security, many men still can't find a spouse. Families are desperate to find a match, often pressuring their sons to marry after just one meeting. This pressure probably mirrors how marriages were arranged in the past in China, where individual will matter less than family pressure. However, nowadays, personal feelings are more considered, especially by women, who might refuse even wealthy suitors. For women, it's a buyer's market where they can be choosy, even if the man is financially well off. This makes it tough for men, creating a difficult situation. In China, when looking for a marriage partner, there's still a network of professional matchmakers, known as marriage brokers or marriage agents, who play a significant role. These are mostly women, and they've been part of Chinese society for a long time, often appearing in historical dramas. These matchmakers have extensive networks, connecting people across vast regions for matchmaking or even for post-mortem marriages in some areas. In some parts of China, if a man dies unmarried, his family might seek a deceased woman to be buried with him, a practice facilitated by these matchmakers, though sourcing a body is now illegal. This dark side of matchmaking includes scams where fake profiles are used on social media to extract money from desperate families under the guise of finding a match or even for funeral expenses. There's also a practice where men pay for elaborate dinners hoping to secure a match, only to find that the women they meet are just there for the meal, with no real intention of marriage. Such cases can be hard to prosecute as fraud, leaving men with significant financial losses. One story shared online described a man who paid a hefty sum for matchmaking, only to be asked for a substantial bride price which he couldn't afford, leading to no result despite the financial investment. This reflects the broader issue in China where the gender imbalance, exacerbated by past policies and cultural preferences, has made finding a spouse extremely challenging, with matchmaking turning into a costly and sometimes fraudulent endeavor. To end on a lighter note, there's a term in Chinese for men who remain unmarried, essentially meaning leftover men, reflecting the demographic surplus of males in China. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.